What if businesses could create podcast content without renting a studio, hiring a production team, or recording every single day?
That's exactly what AI tools like Dzine can help you do. You can create a podcast style video using avatars, AI voices, and a realistic studio background.
And the best part is, this is not just for fun. Creators and freelancers can actually turn this into a service.
Exactly. Imagine offering AI podcast videos to coaches, real estate agents, local businesses, SaaS brands, or personal brands who need content but don't have time to film.
So in this video, we're going to show you how to create an AI podcast in Dzine using one personal avatar, one AI-generated host, and a realistic podcast studio.
And by the end, you'll also see how this can be used for business content, lead generation, and making money online.
By the way, I'm Alex, and if you want all my AI workflows, prompt packs, and tools like this, you can join our AI creator community. Links in the description. Let's dive in. Now let's break down how to create this step-by-step inside Dzine. First, open Dzine and log into your account. Once you're inside the dashboard, click New Project. Then choose your ratio. If you're creating for YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram Reels, choose 9:16. But if you're creating a full YouTube video, a website video, or a business presentation, choose 16:9. For this tutorial, I'll choose the format that fits my content. This part is important because your video layout depends on where you plan to post it. Vertical videos are great for short-form content and reach, while horizontal videos are better for YouTube, landing pages, and professional business content. Step 1. Use your avatar as host. Now, for the first podcast host, I'll use my own avatar. Upload your avatar image into Dzine and place it inside your project. This will become host 1. Using your own avatar is a good idea because it makes the content feel more personal and branded. For example, if you are a coach, creator, freelancer, or business owner, your avatar can represent you in your content. You don't always need to sit in front of a camera just to create talking videos. You can use your avatar to create educational content, product explainers, client updates, or podcast-style clips. This is helpful for business owners who want to stay visible online but don't have time to film every day. Step 2. Create host 2 inside Dzine. Next, we'll create the second podcast host directly inside Dzine. Go to text to image, then choose the image style. For this tutorial, I'll choose a realistic style because I want the podcast host to look natural, professional, and believable. Now I'll paste my prompt. You can see the full prompt on the screen. After pasting the prompt, adjust the settings depending on the look you want. Then click Generate. Once Dzine gives you the results, choose the image that looks the most clean, realistic, and professional. Now we have two podcast hosts. Host 1 is my personal avatar. Host 2 is an AI-generated, realistic female podcast host created inside Dzine. This setup is useful because conversation-style content is easier to watch. Instead of one person explaining everything alone, you now have two hosts talking to each other, which makes the video feel more engaging. Step 3. Create the podcast studio background. Now let's create the podcast studio background. Go back to text to image. This time, we'll generate a realistic podcast studio. You can use this prompt. Realistic, modern podcast studio interior, 2 microphones on a table, soft cinematic lighting, LED accent lights, professional podcast setup, cozy, clean background, headphones, audio equipment, modern furniture, photorealistic, high detail. Then adjust the settings if needed and click Generate. Once the background is ready, choose the one that looks the most realistic and clean. Now add it to your project. This is where your video starts to look like a real podcast setup. For business content, the background matters because presentation affects trust. A clean studio setup makes your content look more professional, even if you created everything with AI. Step 4. Combine the hosts and studio in Chat Editor. Now that we have both hosts and the studio background, let's combine them into one podcast scene. Go to Chat Editor. Upload your avatar, the AI-generated second host, and the podcast studio background. Then choose Nano Banana 2. Set the ratio to 16:9 because we want this to look good for a full YouTube video. If the option is available, try to generate it in 4K so the final image looks sharper and more professional. Now paste the prompt you see on the screen. This prompt will tell Dzine to place host 1 on the left, host 2 on the right, and blend them naturally inside the studio. You can also customize the prompt depending on the look you want. For example, you can change the clothes of the hosts. You can make them wear business outfits, casual podcast outfits, blazers, hoodies, or anything that fits your brand. You can also change the camera angle. You can ask for a medium shot, a close-up shot, a wide shot, or make both hosts face the front of the camera. For this tutorial, I want a medium shot where both hosts are facing the camera, so it looks clean and professional for YouTube. After that, click Generate. Once Dzine creates the final image, choose the version that looks the most realistic and professional. This is where everything starts to look like a real podcast setup instead of separate images. Step 5. Add voices to each host. After creating the final podcast scene, assign a different voice to each host. Choose a voice for host 1, then choose another voice for host 2. Make sure the voices sound different from each other, so viewers can easily understand who is speaking. For example, host 1 can sound curious and conversational. Host 2 can sound confident and professional. This makes the podcast more dynamic and easier to follow. Once the voices are ready, click Generate. Dzine will process the characters, voices, and talking animation. Step 6. How businesses can use this. Now, this is more than just an AI tool tutorial. Businesses can use AI podcast videos to create content without filming every time. Coaches can share tips, real estate agents can post market updates, SaaS brands can explain features, and local businesses can answer FAQs. This helps them stay visible, build trust, and explain their offers in a more engaging way. And if you're a freelancer or content creator, you can turn this into a service by offering AI podcast videos to businesses that need content but don't have time to record. You can package it as monthly AI podcast videos, short clips, script writing, avatar setup, or branded templates. Step 7. How this can make money. There are a few ways to make money with this workflow. You can use it for your own YouTube channel and monetize through ads, affiliate links, sponsorships, or digital products. You can also sell it as a freelance service. For example, tell business owners, I help businesses create podcast-style videos using AI so they can post more content without filming every day. You can also turn long podcast videos into short clips for TikTok, Reels, Shorts, and Facebook. The key is to answer real customer questions. When your content is useful, it attracts interested people. That's how content turns into leads. And that's how you can create an AI podcast in Dzine using your own avatar, an AI-generated second host, and a realistic podcast studio background. But remember, this is not just a cool AI experiment. You can use this for business content, lead generation, client education, short-form videos, and even as a paid service. So don't just create the podcast. Think about who needs this. Can you create this for coaches? Can you create this for real estate agents? Can you create this for local businesses? Can you use this for your own YouTube channel? The real opportunity is not just learning the tool. It's learning how to turn the tool into content that helps people save time, build trust, and get more visibility. And if you want the full workflow and prompts I used in this video, join our community. I'll share the prompts there so you can copy, customize, and try this workflow for your own content. If this video helped you, like this video, subscribe for more AI tool tutorials, and comment what AI tool you want me to test next. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting updates.